In today's episode of Help, I Sexted My Boss,
William shows us why you should never trust an expert from TikTok. And he's keeping it real with an alternative recommendation for the Olympics.
Wendy's been getting in a muddle, and there's a shock revelation about Jordan's family tree.
We've got more of your dilemmas.
Like, is it okay to pass wind when getting sticky in the sheets?
How do you support a friend on her latest endeavour?
And what do you do with an expensive antique accident?
Hear all that and more on today's episode of Help, I Sexted My Boss.
Will you join us, G&Divas, after Jordan and I have just sat here having a right bitch about various people?
Not various people.
No, one person in particular.
If you haven't got anything nice to say, don't say anything at all.
It's going to be a very short episode then.
Hello and welcome to Help, I Sexted My Boss, the podcast where we help you navigate the challenges of modern life, answering your 21st century questions and finding solutions to those everyday dilemmas, like, should the UK Olympic uniform embrace the neckerchief summer? Might be a health risk, but
Yes.
yeah. Could do it in diving, can't you?
You can't put a neckerchief in diving.
Just have a neckerchief. Just a neckerchief.
Oh, just so not even the trunks.
Yeah, that'd make it interesting, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Or maybe they could use a neckerchief as the trunks.
Naked diving.
There are websites available.
Oh, okay. And how do you tell your barber they did a rubbish job? Don't put that in, he'll go mad. He's very sensitive, my barber. I didn't write that, and I'm happy with my hair.
Does your barber listen?
He says he don't, but he does.
Right, okay.
Yeah. And what should you do if you've accidentally sexted your boss? But we're not usually like the answer, are we? William Hanson, the UK's leading etiquette expert.
No, we're not. Jordan North, radio and television presenter. I'm more shaving brush. You're more basil brush.
Oh.
It's from Phil King.
I was going to speak about... Phil King.
Yes.
I was going to speak about that. Who's Phil King? Phil King.
Yes.
Oh, Phil King. Phil Kinnell. Yeah, I need to stop. Try shaving at 4 a.m. You know, I don't like to mention it, but I get up at like about 4:20. Sometimes I get up early if I need to have a shave. Right. Yeah, I shave. I trim.
But okay.
And do the edges.
And is that because on the grass verge?
No.
What? Because I've never had a beard. So when you shave and you're trimming, is there a special attachment?
Yeah. So I've got a beard trimmer.
Oh, okay.
And doing it at 4 a.m. and then using my razor to do the edge. I look like sometimes I've had a scrap we had with scissor hands when I come in. It's a nightmare.
I'm pouring the G&D. Would you like to talk about the glass that I'm pouring yours into, Jordan?
Well, we've been sent a package from Brazil, and we've had no letter or anything with it, but it's a very chic little beaker glass that I had in Greece.
That you have been saying that you wanted...
I think it looks so cool when you go on holiday, or like when you see Spanish people, you know, when they're in garden, they have red wine in these little beakers, like what you get at school, really. But probably should have washed it out first. But
well, whoever sent them, thank you very much. We don't know your name to thank you, but that's very kind.
To our mystery Brazilian.
You don't want a mystery Brazilian. You at least want some notice. We also want to toast G&Diva Helen, who wrote in about the etiquette of listening to Sexted whilst giving birth. That's continuing a theme. She has been back in touch to say she's given birth to baby Susie.
Oh.
So, mystery Brazilian, Helen, Susie, and all the mid-people, do you call them that, mid-people, who delivered Susie.
Midwives.
But they could be mid-husband, I don't know.
Oh, yeah, what do you say if you're a
mid-people?
What do you call a male midwife? So it's like Jordan's Jolly Joke of the week.
Probably will be in a week.
What do you call a male midwife?
I think it's still a midwife.
Oh, okay, still a midwife.
Midwifery.
Midwifery. Well, anyway, to all of you.
All of you great people in midwifery.
Delish. You all right?
Yeah, I'm all good. Yeah,
that's
all
nice.
Good. How are you?
Yes, I'm very well. You're off to present a nice awards ceremony this evening, aren't you?
I'm hosting.
Is it the Oscars?
Not quite. No.
Is it the BAFTAs?
No.
The VMAs?
It's not the VMAs. Is that still going? It's not the VMAs.
What is it? What big award ceremony
I'm
is
hosting the Travel Agent Awards.
The Travel Agent Awards. That'll be a butch evening, won't it?
With my neck scarf. If I put a neck chief on, scarf.
They won't be able to tell you.
I know.
Tell the difference.
I'm like, the EasyJet table's over there. So.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm hosting that this evening.
Hello, I'm after a package holiday. There we go. You can have that.
After a package. Oh, I'm so nervous. I need to
But surely it's all on an auto cue and you just go, hello, this was, that was, here we go. Yeah. Round of applause.
Okay.
You'll be marvellous.
Thank
Are
you.
you hosting it solo?
With the chief exec.
Oh,
Yeah.
marvellous.
Yeah. You'll be fine.
Okay, you'll be great.
Yeah.
You'll be absolutely fine. Break a leg. Talking about drinks, obviously we talked about the cups. Can we just go back to talking about your new sort of water thing that you quite like with half and half still, half sparkling?
Oh, yeah. We talked about this at the start of the summer.
Yeah, which I still think is weird. Ben,
No.
were you even here when we did this? So, okay, so just for new listeners and Ben's benefit, explain this water thing.
So when I go to a restaurant and they say, "Do you want still or sparkling?" I always crack the same joke. I say, "No, thanks, I'm driving." And they love it. And then,
Do they?
yeah, and then I ask
It's a polite laugh.
I ask for both. So it's nice because it's not as harsh as sparkling. But
This is not both as in
takes
one
the
in
edge
each
off.
glass.
No, you have still and sparkling in the same glass. Apparently, it's very cosmopolitan. It's very
Is it?
Mediterranean. Yeah.
Why? And you think it's chic?
No, it's just
Like
it's
cool
nice.
people do it?
No, it's just nice. It's nice to have both. It just takes the edge off because I'm not the biggest fan of sparkling, but water with a splash of sparkling, quite nice.
Okay. Well, I was a few weeks ago now. I've been dying to play this. I was away for work, and of an evening, I decided to rewatch Alan Partridge.
What would you like, Mr. Partridge?
Mineral water, please.
Still or fizzy?
Half and half.
Oh, I couldn't stop laughing.
Oh my God, I am Alan.
You're Alan Partridge.
Oh my, I've been called Partridge a few times. Let me tell you, great series, great show, great character.
Yes.
But as a radio presenter, it's the worst thing when someone calls you Partridge.
Well,
is.
you have now got Alan Partridge's drinking habit.
I must say at least once a week in a meeting before or after the show, is it a bit Partridge when we're coming up with ideas? Because anything you say on the radio can be a bit Partridge.
Yes.
It can.
Well, that's why the character was so good, because it lambasted basically anyone that works on the radio in one character.
Is it true he's based on?
There are various theories.
It's got to be. Because if you watch,
Yeah.
it's got to be. Double. Can I play you a clip?
Yes, of course you can.
Okay, so this is from my very good friend, Katy Thistleton.
Okay.
Okay, who, like any northern gal, she loves a drink. And I got this
Oh,
message.
right. Well, hang on. Don't paint her as an alcoholic.
Well, she's not alcoholic, but I got this message from her at
What time did this come in?
about midnight. I got sent
Right.
this.
On what day of the week?
It was on a Saturday.
Okay. We've all got the idea.
Okay, so here we go.
What's it called again when you shit in a condom and freeze it and then use it as a dildo?
Are we sure Katy Thistleton's going to be happy with that being played out?
Well, we'll get her to check, but
Thank
it's
God
just-
it sounds like she was out and about and not at home.
What's it called again when you shit in a condom and freeze it and then use it as a dildo?
just random. And I just
Wow.
replied, iglooing. Hope you're having a good night.
Do we know why she was asking that?
I had no idea. No
No.
idea. This is the mind of Katy Thistleton.
Yes.
But yeah, no, she's actually been diagnosed with ADHD.
Has
I
she?
think she has, or she got told she might have it. So I've tried watching.
Well,
a
if she's been diagnosed, why don't you go and see the person that's diagnosed her?
Have you tried watching a conversation with us?
No.
We're on about it's like that chess game where it's on 4 different levels.
The chess game?
Yeah, you know, chess that's on like different tiers.
Oh, no.
Oh God, she'll be talking about one thing. I'll be talking about Take It Bins Out from last week. It's mad.
Well, it sounds marvellous. We must listen.
What else has been going on in your life, William Hanson? Our listeners are dying to know.
Well, I've noticed this across the board, not just in Britain, but everywhere else where I've been travelling. People, and I've got a teacup from downstairs to demonstrate this.
Is that from Jonathan?
Yeah, downstairs.
Bless him.
Teacup and
How's it
saucer.
going, George? You're right. Yeah, she's saying. Hey, you want to borrow a teacup?
The other one was there on Tuesday. You know, the one that hasn't been here for a
Oh,
year.
what's his face?
I've forgotten his name. Ross! Ross! It's just come back
That's
to
why
me.
we don't get any peanut butter brownies anymore.
No.
Because Ross used to make them.
Yes, I
Yeah.
should have talked to Ross.
It's the best cafe. Sometimes I'm like, on a Saturday, because I don't live too far from where we record. I'm like, I might just go to a cafe, but I don't think
They're
it's
not open
open.
now.
I bet it'd be perfect because it's the best cafe ever.
You have to, also, if you're going to come at the weekend, as I have discovered when I had to collect the ironing board from the studio, you have to have your thumbprint put on the door to get in. So it was like Fort Flippin' Knox.
Christ, not MI5.
No, I know. So I had to.
Podcasting a few engineering companies. Yeah.
Anyway, let's talk about teacups and saucers and teaspoons. I've noticed, and I'm going to demonstrate now, people, and it's so odd, I just cannot get over it, will drink their tea or coffee or whatever is in the cup with the teaspoon still in.
Oh, take your
sort of-
high out.
Yes. From a practicality point of view, it is absolute nonsense. But why people do it's not pleasant. You have it hitting you in the face. It's not nice.
Is it fine to keep it in to stir and then take out to sip and then pop it back in?
No.
No.
So you would stir, obviously back and forth, 6 to 12 motions.
Yeah.
Gentle flick, knock your drops off at the top. Don't do that.
All right.
Just flick.
As you said that light went off then.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, it did.
It's the gay ghost.
Yeah. Hang on, Adam's just going to press a few buttons.
It's a nice card you've got on
I
there.
said that.
It
Doesn't
is.
he look stylish?
What?
You'll be wearing that in next week's
Yeah.
episode, probably.
Remember that jacket of his I worn? Never had
Yes.
so many people commenting. Anyway, carry on.
So yes, I think it's absolute lunacy.
Yeah.
I think people should be, put under house watch if they actually drink their tea like that.
I've not told anyone this, but I feel like it's time now. A couple of weeks later, but you know the England semi-finals.
Yes.
Yeah, most people were like
Most
out.
exciting semi I've had in a while.
Most people were out getting hammered.
Yes.
Yeah, I watched the second half of Big Mug of Cocoa.
Did you? Well, you were up after your bedtime.
Yeah, so I had a bit,
Very
I'm really into my
inconsiderate.
hot chocolate at the moment.
Ah, do you make it with a powder or do you make it with some sort of like actual chocolate? Like, how do you make it?
Let's stir it in.
Stir it into what? Hot water?
Yeah,
Oh, then that's a powder, isn't it? It's not
like
proper
a-
hot chocolate. For any Parisian G&Divas, I'm sure they know this already, but anyone going to Paris, Correct, and there are several, the best hot chocolate in Paris.
correct.
Yes.
It's now. You
the
want
one near the Eiffel Tower is very busy, but there are others that are in less busy areas that are probably better. Same product.
What are you saying, producer Ben?
Relatable. Well, if you go to Paris, it's a very popular tourist destination. It's hosted the Olympics this year, actually, so people might be going. So put that in your hot chocolate and smoke it.
Yeah, I'm into. Do you know what else I'm into?
Well, I do, but I'm not going to go into it now.
Right. So first and foremost, I'm rewatching My Wife and Kids, which is on. I think it's on Disney. Is it? Where am I
My Wife and
rewatching it?
Kid. I've never even heard of it.
Oh, it's so good. I've been talking about it on it. It's so underrated.
Is it American?
Yeah, it's an American show from like the early 2000s. Okay, and it was me and my family used to love it.
My family and I.
My family and I used to love it, and it is so good. And there's so many quotes from it that I'm rewatching it. So it's Michael Kyle and his family, and Junior's his son.
And it's a sitcom.
Sitcom in America, and it's so nah. It's so funny.
What? Do
That's
it
what
again?
every time you say no to each other, they go nah. You got to watch it.
Well, it sounds hilarious.
You know, in my bliss hour, because I've got through my bliss hour.
Yeah,
You know, I've got through
the tissues.
no, I've got through. I got through Modern Family. I finished that.
Yes.
So I can't rewatch it for a fourth time. So I started watching My Wife and Kids in my bliss hour, and one of the greatest British TV shows is back with new episodes, and I think it's so good. Come Dine With Me.
Oh, really?
The
Is that still going?
The perfect bliss hour telly. It's so like even if it's perfect for your bliss hour or when you get in from work, which is basically your bliss hour. Just put it on, and it's great. They're not as nasty and bitchy as they used to be in old days.
No, but that was part of the.
I know. I still say to this day, the Preston Come Dine With Me is the best one. The one in Preston. Yeah. There's a guy who owned a carpet shop in there, and it's brilliant. And the woman who fell asleep in a meal. Dan, your hair's in your avocado. It's honestly, isn't it? Dan, she fell asleep, and then the
Yes.
rest of the diners had to cook a meal for her.
Oh,
Yeah, Dan, your hair's in your avocado. Anyway, it's
well, it sounds marvelous.
So I'm rewatching that. But if you've not watched it, I think it's on. Am I watching it on Disney or Amazon? I think it's on Amazon. Amazon Prime. So funny. My Wife and Kids.
Okay, well, we'll check
I
that
forgot
out.
about myself.
Can I just go back? It's a few weeks ago, but I've been dying to ask you. On one of the days I was co-presenting into the All Luxury Capital Breakfast Show with Jordan, Chris, and Sean,
Seems
Kemi,
like
and Fashan.
ages ago now.
Yeah, it was ages ago. But we did a thing with the hawk, where I had to have the hawk on my arm, and I've never been more nervous because I was told just before we started, keep your sunglasses on because it does sometimes go for the eyes. I was like, oh, absolutely lovely.
Is
Thank
that what they said?
That's what they said to me.
Why did you say that on air? That would have been funny.
Yeah, well, because I wasn't sure if that was, I needed to say that or not. But you made some reference before I went off to do it that it would be like a southern version of Kes.
Yes.
What is this film?
So you were doing a hawk tour. For
Okay,
us.
and yes, and there were lots of hot tour jokes.
Did I get that?
No.
So a few weeks ago, it was doing the rounds. Went viral. A girl said hawk tour. And we thought, right, it's a perfect chance to get it in. And Kes is a film about a little boy who becomes friends with a bird in Barnsley, I think it is. And it's a fantastic film.
Right.
It's called Kes. Is it Barnsley or Leeds? I think it's Barnsley. And I said it's going to be like a southern posh version of Kes.
And when was this film made?
Oh, 70s, maybe 80s. Ben? 1969. Have a look at it.
Okay. Well,
Little
I will
boy
do.
with a hawk. Barnsley. I knew it were. And do you
Well,
want to read the synopsis?
Well, yeah, but just to do some other cultural moments, you're doing jokes about films called Kes, and Luxury Luke sent me a lovely Rembrandt picture. We put this on my story of Rembrandt. Well, it's not Rembrandt, but it's a character that Rembrandt painted with a hawk on his arm outstretched, and he was like, "You have recreated a Rembrandt picture."
Rembrandt.
Yeah, the artist. No, he didn't sing. Don't say he sung the theme tune to Friends.
That's what I thought. Who's Rembrandt? I'll be there for you.
Well, in between composing that, he also did some paintings.
I'm so uncultured. I don't know who Rembrandt
Maybe we should do
is.
William Takes Jordan round an art gallery.
Because in art GCSE we did Gaudi. Was it Gaudi?
Gaudi in Barcelona.
Yeah. And I remember he designed all those buildings in Barcelona.
Well, not all of them. But
What?
I'm more Gaudi, you're more Gaudy. There we go. Bonus.
Whatever. But he died. I remember this. He died because he was leaving work one day and he got run over.
He was leaving work.
Yeah.
Oh, he work at Morrison's.
No, on the big church thing, right?
The Cicada Familia.
Yeah, and I think he got. Is this true? This is what I remember. Can we fact check this as well? He got run over.
Well, I don't think he's going to sue us.
When the ambulance come, but because he was in like his painter's clothes, they thought it was a pauper, so they just left him on the side of the road.
Oh, that's very sad.
Yeah, but he was actually a very rich, famous architect.
An artist, yeah.
Just check that. I think I remember. By a tram. Yeah, got hit by a tram.
Oh, like that woman in Coronation
like
Street.
Rita Sugden's husband. He got hit by a tram.
Oh, it was the husband, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it was Rita Sugden's husband.
Yeah, but did then she run across the road and she get hit by one?
No, just that she ran across the road and he got hit by a tram.
Dear.
Oh, that's another thing. I can just sit and watch classic Corrie.
I know, you've said this before.
I am seriously. I've not told you. I'm going away in end of August.
Yes.
Going to Spain. I've forwarded Julie Goodyear's autobiography.
Oh.
That woman fascinates me.
Does she?
Yeah, classic Corrie.
Well, good, yeah.
Yeah.
When
she
it was... Well, Corrie.
Do you never watch Corrie?
No,
you?
my mother used to... So my mother used to watch, when I was born, she would watch EastEnders, Coronation Street, and then Doctors, and Neighbours. And my father sat her down and went, you can't watch all of those. You need to drop one. Because he was having to watch them as well.
Oh.
He was like, I can't cope with all of them. She dropped Coronation Street, but my father does say, actually, she wishes she had dropped EastEnders because Coronation Street was funny.
Yeah.
Not so much anymore.
See,
but...
I always thought if people that never watch soaps, I bet your mum and dad never watched soaps, did they, Ben? Oh, did she? I always thought people quite posh if they never watched soaps. Because I'd be like, what do you do in your evenings?
Talk to each other?
They set me. No offense, I was never in Emmerdale.
No, I've never watched Emmerdale.
I've never. No, because it's my grandma's favourite.
Yes,
She watched
even
it.
though you were called Dingle.
Yeah.
Which was nothing to do with Emmerdale, I
No, it
believe.
was.
Oh, was it?
I think it comes from that. Zach Dingle's a Burnley fan, isn't he?
Oh, is he?
Anyway, where are we
Okay.
going with this?
Well, there we go. I'm going to be serious for a minute, leading into my etymology.
Oh, who's died?
No one's died. Nearly my career. I would like to make an apology.
Oh.
I've talked about this last week, but I was wrong on the club sandwich. It is not chicken and lettuce under bacon.
Because you've seen it on TikTok.
I didn't see it on TikTok,
You
actually.
did.
No, I
Don't
didn't.
believe people on TikTok. That's
Darling,
all I'm
I've
gonna
said it
say.
before. Excuse me.
What?
You
Don't-
should believe people on TikTok, especially if they do etiquette videos.
There's a lot of etiquette videos now, aren't there? Have you noticed people copying you?
Well, flattering.
Don't get complacent. Look at Man United.
Do you know, Freddie and I have those entire conversations. We sit down and go, yeah, we can't get complacent.
Viral Freddie.
Think of Man
the fingers,
United, yeah.
William. The fingers, William. Okay, it's Viral Freddie here. I don't think we should be doing.
Do you know what he
that
came
sort
up
of
at?
content, William?
If I told you, he came to the Bristol show months and months ago. Curtain comes down, he goes to see Mikey. He hasn't seen Mikey before the show. And literally his first words to Mikey, I mean, I know he had seen the show before.
The guy's no filter.
He'd seen it in London Palladium, but he watched it in Bristol as well. And he came up to Mikey and went, can I just say, Fairy Max is your friend for washing up? First greeting. And he's talking about what fairy liquid we should get.
He's on another planet.
Bless him.
Bless him.
Anyway, yeah, club
To be
sandwich.
young again. Club sandwich.
Club sandwich. I apologise. After these messages, we will have the real history of the club sandwich.
Oh, is that William's etymology this
That
week?
is my etiquette.
Oh, fantastic.
See you after these.
It's William, the etiquette geek. His knowledge is quite unique. He'll give you manners, a subtle tweak. It's time for William's etymology of the week.
Okay, thanks for sticking with us, G&Divas. It's now time for William's etymology of the week. It's all about the history of the club sandwich.
Yes, the club sandwich was first recorded in 1889 at New York's Union Club, and it was originally called the Union Club sandwich.
Oh, okay.
The original version was thinly sliced chicken or turkey with, bizarrely, thinly sliced ham in the centre.
Ooh.
Sandwiched between hot buttered, what was called Graham bread,
I love butties.
which was a kind of malted whole grain bread, Graham bread.
The only bread I don't like is rye.
Okay.
Other than that, I'll eat it.
Well, that's lovely. At this stage, the sandwich had ADHD. At this stage, the sandwich had no lettuce, tomato, or mayonnaise. That came later. It's likely that the sandwich was served before 1889, but only to club members. And basically, once the word got out, other establishments started to serve the Union Club sandwich. And for the first few years, the recipe stayed the same, but towards the end of the 19th century, variants emerged. Bacon began to replace the ham and lettuce, and the lettuce was often dipped in a mayonnaise dressing.
Oh.
Now, until about 1900, so the turn of the 20th century, club sandwiches only had 2 slices of toast, and the third one seems to have been added as a way of separating the hot ingredients, that's the bacon, the chicken, or the turkey, from the cold, the lettuce and tomato. No one seems to know who made this common sense change, however, and by the 1940s, the triple-decker club sandwich was the norm and seen in the best hotels around the world because basically it was a way of making something that looks expensive from few basic and cheap ingredients. So it's got nothing to do with chicken and lettuce under bacon.
So I was right when I said it was to do with a club.
Yes.
Thank you. Is anyone else craving a club sandwich? Also, Ben, why are you on salads all of a sudden?
Because he's vegetarian.
Yeah, I know, but look at him. He'll be down bloody... I've seen more meat in a vegan restaurant. Look at him. We're going to get you a veggie club sandwich. Oh, the one I had in Spain with an egg on. Oh, it was best club
they
sandwich
now put egg in, don't they?
It was like a soft-boiled egg. Oh, it was absolutely
I do find club
fantastic.
sandwiches. Maybe I should do this as a video on TikTok where you don't trust anyone. But I should maybe how to eat a club sandwich because it is difficult.
It's like these burgers these days, aren't they?
Oh, huge.
It's massive burgers, aren't they?
Well,
nowadays?
my most controversial video, and I'm off to America in a few days. It'll be interesting to see if I'm allowed in. Video that I did was how to eat a big burger, and I had you deconstruct it and cut a little bit off. America went absolutely flipping bonkers.
I bet they did. God damn.
Should we go on to the listeners' dilemmas and problems?
Let's do it. Okay, now it's time for your questions and dilemmas. Remember, if you need help with something, then get in touch. You can send your tales of trepidation to help@sexandmyboss.com. You can DM us at sexandmyboss on the old socials, or you can write to this man here, William Hanson, who, in the fullness of time, promises a handwritten reply and one of our luxury greeting cards with executive self-seal envelopes. The address is on the website, sexandmyboss.com. Have you got yourself a PA yet?
Have I got myself a PA?
Yeah, to
public
reply
address
to all
system.
these letters.
No, I do it myself.
Yeah.
And there is a huge backlog. I mean, I am doing letters from this year, so if 2023, but there, I mean...
Why don't we just start sending generic replies?
Because I don't want to do that.
That's
because often
sweet.
people write in, like, genuinely, I mean, I should bring them in. I'm sometimes sitting there, I don't want to be serious, but I'm sometimes there in absolute tears because people write such lovely things.
We're
They don't
so
write in
lucky.
with jolly jokes of the week. They're normally, it's just, and it's lovely reading the letters, but it is an awful lot of work to
We're
reply to
so
all.
lucky.
If I can't read the postcode because I'm so anal about... Don't write your own jokes. I'm so anal about making sure that the letter gets back to that person. I will Google the streets to verify what letter they've written. So the whole process takes a while.
We do have the best listeners. Oh,
We do.
should shout out to Alex as well, our G&Diva, who I sat next to on the train home the other week.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, he was lovely. Was that chatting for about half hour? He lives near me.
Oh,
Yeah.
hello to Alex.
And also, have I talked about? I won't mention any names, but there's a G&Diva living next door to me.
Yes, yeah, you have.
Yeah.
Well,
Don't tell anyone, Major. She went, I won't. I can't believe you live here. I was like, sorry. They came to see us in Palladium.
did they? Nice, lovely. This is from Dr. Harry. Dr. Harry. Dear William, Jordan, Diego and EPB, since his retirement, my father-in-law, Richard, has taken on the odd bit of gardening work for some kindly moneyed folk in his local area. Moneyed. Rich. Oh. As well as his payment...
We say wealthy.
We say rich. As well as his payment, his clients occasionally give him the odd bottle of wine or homemade cake as an extra thank you.
Oh.
One of said clients, an elderly man who is occasionally forgetful, recently gave him a bottle of single malt whiskey from his cellar. It looked expensive, so we looked it up online, and it was produced by a now-defunct distillery and has become rather sought after, so much so that it's worth £10,000.
Oh, shit the bed.
My mother-in-law is horrified and oscillates between thinking this must be a mistake because the man is rather senile and seeing pound signs in her eyes and thinking they should keep quiet, sell it and upgrade the car. As you can tell, she's a classy bird. His words. My father-in-law wants to hand it back despite the fact that his client keeps asking if it's been opened yet. I think they should keep it, thank their good fortune, and enjoy this once-in-a-lifetime treat. So my question is, what would you do in this situation? And what is the etiquette when it comes to receiving a gift which might be a mistake, or for whose value you think the giver may be unaware? After our due and hearty commendations, an Elizabethan sign-off to give William a semi. Thank you, Dr. Harry. Dr. Harry.
Okay, I probably would offer to hand it back because he is an old man who's losing his memory a bit, and I would just say, do you know that we checked it out? This is worth £10,000. I'm not sure if you knew, but just I would not be offended if you wanted it back because this is a lot of money, and I think you'll have a clear conscience then. And he'll probably, if it's worth a bob or two, he might give it you anyway. He might say keep it.
Yeah, I would.
What's the etiquette for selling that on? Is it fine?
I would adjust what Jordan had said. I think I agree with the sentiment. I think I would say when he next says, "Oh, have you drunk any of it yet?" You could say, "Well, truth be told, we actually haven't. We looked it up online. It's an incredibly high-priced bottle of whiskey. If you are sure that you would like us to have it, we will enjoy it at the next opportunity." And then I wouldn't say £10,000.
Yes, you've got to give him a figure. It's like Antiques Roadshow. You want to know? Crap. There's not many of these. Well, come on, tell us how much it is. I'll never forget.
Well, if he asks.
A woman, I think she got 100 grand for Chinese washing baskets.
Right.
I think they were washing baskets. They look like washing baskets.
Okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, I would do that. And then if he says, no, please do enjoy it, and he insists, well, you've given him an opportunity.
I'd say it's worth 10 grand. You want it back. I think it's only polite to, especially because he's an older gentleman.
This is from K and B in Thetford.
Thetford?
Yes, that's in Norfolk, I believe.
Oh.
Hello, boys. Your patch.
Norfolk?
Yeah. Oh. Maybe next time. Maybe on tomorrow morning. Capital Breakfast with me, Jordan North.
Oh.
Chris would love it.
Yeah, he would, actually. Good.
Hello, boys. Me and my girlfriend and I, have been together for some time now, but we have a problem around the etiquette of what to do when needing to fart during sex.
Well, don't.
Yeah.
And that's coming from me.
It can be a little pass of wind or an absolute eye-burning howler, primarily her.
Oh.
I'm sure she's delighted you've written it.
What sort of fart are we talking here?
Well, I'm only going off what they're saying.
What type of fart is it?
I'm only reading what I've been given.
But are you with me? Is it a fart when... Because that can happen.
Can it?
Yeah.
And what would you do? What do you do?
Well, carry on. Read this.
I'm much better at holding it in and getting on with business, although accidents can occur. When it does happen, we both laugh about it, but then it does stop the moment somewhat.
How often is this? What's in your diet?
Yes. Just wondering if this is a problem for anyone else and if there is a better approach for this.
I'd see a nutritionist.
Yes.
Go to the doctor if you're
Go and see Helen
at
Complete Health Clinic.
Yeah, go and see Helen. She'll sort you out.
Yes.
Try not to fart during sex.
I think it's... Yeah.
Who told me someone farted? They were having sex once. They just couldn't stop laughing. Yeah. Unless it's avoidable, I would try and not trump during sex.
I think it's... Yeah. I do agree it would kill the moment if it ever happened.
Okay.
Oliver has written in, and they say, Dear William and Jordan, I'm a transgender man. I began the transition process a number of years ago and am extremely happy with the man I have become. In fact, I would like to credit William with helping me learn about dress codes and etiquette for gentlemen, and Jordan for teaching me how to be a proper lad's lad. I mention this as it's relevant to the awkward situation I encountered a few weeks ago. I was leaving work and spotted someone I recognised but had not seen for a number of years across the road from me. I waved in a friendly way and crossed the road to speak to them. The entire time they looked utterly perplexed as to who I was. At this point I then realised I had quite literally crossed the road into an awkward situation. This person, let's call him James, was my ex-boyfriend who I dated almost 10 years ago while in sixth form before my transition began. This of course goes some way to explain his confusion around who I was. The person he knew and indeed dated was a 17-year-old girl named Emily, not a bearded 26-year-old man called Oliver. I managed to stammer some sentences explaining who I was, my new name, and that this is who I am. His response was silence, followed by a look of pure disgust on his face as he walked away swiftly, shaking his head. Right.
That's terrible.
What a twit. I feel terrible that I was only trying to be friendly and say hello as I recognised him, but hadn't really appreciated the wider context that perhaps it might make him feel odd as a straight man to know that an ex-girlfriend is now an ex-boyfriend. So my question is to you, should I not have said hello to him? And what should I do in the future if I bump into people who haven't met Oliver, but have met me before the transition? Well, this is an excellent question.
It's a really good question. First of all, no, you shouldn't not stop saying hello to people,
No.
Oliver. Still carry on doing that.
And also, Oliver's reaction was spontaneous.
Mm-hmm.
Just like if we saw someone across the road,
Yeah.
you probably would wave.
And I really hope that this, and I think I'm being positive, I really hope this is a rare occurrence from somebody who sounds not like a nice person.
Yes, we can see why they're an ex.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Oliver, what you did was completely natural, spontaneous, as I said, and you are the same person. So, of course, you are going to see people, whether you met them yesterday or years ago, and want to go and talk to them, just like any of us.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, what you have gone through is more unusual compared to most people, and so you are going to have to find a way to sort of just a nice pithy sentence to sum it up, basically, to tell people, because we are, as a society, this is becoming more prevalent, and we are sort of finding new ground, and that's one of the things that I enjoy doing as an etiquette consultant, is whether it's this or EV charging, for example, I've done some work on recently, not to compare the two, but it's a new territory thing. So what is the way of behaving? The fact that your ex boyfriend behaved like that is incredibly unfortunate, and I would love to say, Oliver, that you're not going to bump into people ever again that will have similar reactions, but sadly that is probably going to happen again, and it's unfortunate and it shouldn't happen, but you can only be responsible for your behaviour and actions, and you don't need to ever wave at them across the street again.
Yeah, exactly. That was really well put. Yeah. I'll tell you, in the WhatsApp group, speaking of which, well, it's not, I don't think it's that related, but Annie, my brother's girlfriend's pregnant, and she sent a baby scan in and referred to the baby as they, them.
Oh.
Yeah. And she's saying they're really cute. We don't know the sex yet, they, them. And we were like, great. And Wendy replied and went, oh my God, twins! We're having twins. Did they run in your family? I was like, oh, forgot. I just put and went, is someone going to explain? They are thingy, and them, I can't wait to meet them. And Mum was like, oh my God, we're having twins. I was like, no, it's just pronouns that we're using until the baby's born, and then they're probably going to decide what pronouns to use.
Yes.
Yeah, so Wendy's thought she were having twins on the way.
Oh, bless Wendy. Is she all right?
She's good.
When am I seeing her? When we can take her out I can take her out for breakfast again.
They're coming in autumn.
Autumn.
Yeah, when she's had her teeth fitted.
Yes. Yeah. How are they?
Well, she's yeah. Because if you make her laugh, they will fall out.
Her teeth.
Yeah.
Right.
So they're going to come in autumn, Graham and Wendy. I've got Grandma and Nigel coming, a boyfriend.
Before the autumn?
No, next weekend.
Next week? Oh, yeah. Not here.
Yeah. It's weird saying your grandma's boyfriend's staying over.
Oh.
And last time I checked on her Facebook, it was complicated, so...
Right.
What? That's not true. That is true. Why would I make that up? It is. She's falling out with him. She said it was complicated, so I don't know where they are. I don't know if I need to set up another bed or they're staying in the same room. This... Well, it is for them. They're on Facebook. Bless her. She's going. I think I'm taking to see ABBA.
Of course you are.
Yeah, or Tower at London. I've not decided yet.
Oh, that's a family day out.
What do you mean?
Well, because it's Mandy.
Well, yeah, because I'm not related to Bajork or whatever he's called.
Bjork.
Who's in ABBA?
Bjork.
Who is it?
Benny and Bjorn.
Bjorn or whatever he's called. Bajork.
Agneta and the other one.
Yeah, I'm related to Mandy who works at Tower at London. I'm not, just for the record, I'm not related to anyone. But yeah, they're coming to stay.
Well, you are related to somebody.
It's grandma's boyfriend, Nigel.
Lovely. Well,
We were in the same year as my dad at school. But anyway, let's move on.
Okay, this is from Anonymous. Hello, William, Jordan and the gang. I have always tried to support my family and friends, especially with the businesses and creative endeavours that they have done. I have pre-ordered their books. Thank you. This is maybe from one of my own family. Brought their products, contributed to Kickstarters, sponsored marathons, etc. But now I have a friend who has launched an OnlyFans. Probably not from someone I know. I love my friend very much and want to support them as I have all my other friends, but I'm unsure if this is a weird line to cross. What is the etiquette when it comes to supporting your friends and their OnlyFans? Do I subscribe and tell them that I want to support them but don't watch the content? Should I subscribe and not tell them? Although I assume they would be able to see my name if I subscribed. Or do I not subscribe and get over the guilt of being less supportive? The thing is, there is a difference from a friend bringing out a book, running the London Marathon, whatever, the Great North Run, versus doing something online that is sexual.
But not all of OnlyFans is naked.
No, but
Just
I'm going to. I've never
picture.
done a survey. I would probably think
The
that
majority.
a majority of it
Yeah,
is.
I think you're right there. So no, I think it's fair to say you don't have to support them on OnlyFans.
I think it is due to it is a different nature. I don't think you're any less of a friend. And if they get cross with you because you're not, they're not really your friend either, and they should understand that. And also, obviously, I'll be grateful for any of my friends and family that buy my book, Just Good Manners, 12th of September in the UK, next year in America. But you don't bring out books, you don't run marathons for just your friends. But it should be a wider support. You're doing it so other people do it. So, if you're launching your own OnlyFans, you shouldn't just think, well, I'll just do this and I'll get all my family and friends to pay.
Yeah.
You actually want anonymous strangers to buy it because that's called business.
Your book, by the way,
Yes.
I think it's going to be really big. I can imagine you doing like Fox News and stuff and being on all the
Fox
channels.
News, thanks very much.
Also, have you got people to do quotes for you?
Yes.
Well, you've not asked me.
Well, not yet. It's not gone to print. So I could. Do you want to do one?
Well, yeah, I wouldn't mind, but I get it as well if you've got people that are, how can I put this, bigger names.
Do you even get a bigger name than you?
No, obviously not.
No.
Have you asked for people to give you quotes? Oh,
Well, no. You're going to be
it's
involved.
like Brexit, this. You don't want alt to do with me.
Respectfully. No. I tell you why we didn't immediately ask you. I mean, we might have done. We might have sent you an email. Just don't read it. Is you're on the back of, you did a quote for book 2, Bluffer's Guide to Entertaining.
Yeah, but...
All right. Okay. What would you ask?
No. I
Next
don't want
week.
a pity quote. Is Eamon Holmes on it?
No.
Right, that's fine, because me and him was on it.
Right. Yeah, you're on. Adam, you've sent yours in? Yeah.
Adam's on it.
Yeah.
Fairs. I won't mind. I've not read it yet.
Makes a great cum rag.
Poor Adam.
This book is wank. Sorry, Adam.
Oh.
Bless him.
I've not read it yet.
No. Well, I will actually get you a preview copy that are being done at the moment.
Okay.
Do you know who has done quotes?
Go on, tell me.
Tom Allen. He's on the front. Take him out for lunch in a few weeks. Lady Glenconnor.
Lady Glenconnor.
Yes.
Fair play. This year's going to be a big year for you.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't get bigger than Wimbledon,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Wow. Who
I
else
know.
have you got in there?
Robert Hardman, who's the BBC Royal and the Mail correspondent who did that book on Charles III.
Oh, I can see what avenue they've gone down. Fair play. Yeah. It's quite
yeah.
posh people in it.
Gary Janetti, who's in America.
Off Strictly? Is he not a dancer on Strictly?
No, he wrote Vicious and is the exec on Family Guy, etc.
Is he an exec on Family Guy?
He wrote.
Vicious.
He was an exec on Will and Grace.
Oh.
Camilla Long.
Camilla Long?
Yeah,
Fair play.
I think that's it.
All right.
Mm.
Anyway, back to the...
But we have
No,
got.
you're all right. You're
we
fine,
have got.
you're fine.
No,
I'm
we
busy.
have got a plan to get you involved.
How? Well, I've got a fee.
Yeah, well, I know. That's why we've got a plan.
What? What's the plan?
I'll have to tell you
Oh,
later.
okay.
Yeah. Mm.
This will be one of those texts I get tonight at like 8 o'clock. So here's the plan. Right, come on. We're waffling.
We are waffling.
Sorry, G&Divas.
Anyway, you can pre-order Just Good Manners across all formats. It's out in the UK and Commonwealth from the 12th of September.
And Help I Sex My Boss, the book,
book.
is also available.
Tell you what is quite fun in the book. I've never had this before. No, this is linked to you, so stick with me. At the front, it says also by William Hanson. It has my other books, and it says Help I Sex My Boss, brackets, with Jordan North.
With Jordan North?
Well, yeah, but like if you do a book, it'll be Help I Sex My Boss with William Hanson.
No, it's Jordan North and William Hanson. William Hanson. Oh, I'm not getting involved in this.
Well, I'll talk to Zema.
I can't believe you got a book deal and I didn't.
You submitted a chapter, Why Farts Are Funny.
I think,
Again.
I think, you know.
Have we talked about that in episode?
No,
No, I don't think we have talked about it. We talked about it in the live show.
But we could maybe do it for a bonus. But I still think that was a very funny chapter.
I laughed.
For those of you who don't
I
know,
laughed.
we talked about this on tour. William and I went behind each other's backs whilst we were writing
Which
Help
we
I Sex-
normally like.
whilst we was writing Help I Sex My Boss the book, and we emailed our
Well, it was
editor.
after, I think.
It was about the same time and said,
Oh,
hey,
I
look,
see.
I'd
I
love-
waited until it was finished.
I'd love to do this, you know, on my own. William said the same thing. We both sent example chapters, and only one of us got a book deal.
And it wasn't the one who submitted a book proposal with the chapter entitled Why Farts Are Always Funny.
Okay.
Unless any other publishers. Have you sent it to any other publishers? I think maybe a different publisher might be interested.
Carry on.
This last one is from Jack. Dear William, Jordan, EPB, Chairman Stewart, Diego, and all the people behind the scenes.
There you go, Adam.
The other week, I went to my nan and granddad's house for a catch-up. For some reason, I decided to go into their bedroom and look out of the window, but as I was leaving, I saw a stack of magazines. Uh-oh. And being a little bored, I decided to peruse. There were mostly the usual suspects: cars, old steam traction engines, my granddad's favourite things. But as I got deeper into the stack, I found 2 Nudist magazines. For an unknown reason, possibly morbid curiosity, I had a look through one of them. There was one page where people write in with their tales of shags they've had. I immediately put the magazine down and put it back into place. I asked my parents if they knew anything about it, and to my horror they did. My dad even recollected seeing the magazines when he was growing up. I daren't ask any other questions. How do I proceed willingly, knowing about an apparent family secret about my grandparents? Is it possible to scrub my mind of the image that my grandparents might be nudists? Thank you, Jack.
Oh, leave them be. It's
Well,
right.
yes.
It's fine. I'll tell you at the time I found all my dad's Razzle magazines. And
What's
was
Razzle?
it Razzle? Can't remember. Me and Ryan were looking for if I remember correctly, we were looking for a foot pump. We found all my dad's
What were you
porns
doing
in-
with that?
to blow I think we were blowing a ball up. Oh no, no it weren't. I tell a lie, I was looking for an inner tube.
A what?
An inner tube.
What's an inner tube?
My bike, my tyre had gone on my bike.
Was that after you put it back in the cupboard and you went deaf in one ear?
No, it wasn't then. So anyway, we were looking for an inner tube, I think it was. And my dad said there's a spare inner tube in the shed. So me and Ryan went in, and then we found all these porn mags. My mum went mad. She went ape shit. Yeah.
Well,
This is only
should've-
normal, isn't it? It's what used to happen in old days. But this is different. They're swingers. Not swingers. They're
We had all 3 of Margaret Thatcher's biographies on the shelf.
I know. I've seen it when
Very-
you go in.
Probably very similar.
I know. Your dad will have... Your dad will have...
No, we're not pursuing this avenue.
It will. Everyone had them. Every bloke had them. I remember seeing them from 80s. A lot of... Put it this way, Brazilians wasn't a thing back then.
Right.
They weren't. The bush was very in.
Oh, all right.
Hmm.
Yeah, I would be inclined to say with Jordan, leave it to it. Again, we don't like thinking of family members having sex. We like to think of them like Barbie and Ken dolls, where there's sort of nothing there and they're asexual, but it all goes on.
I went to a nudist beach and I didn't...
Did
No,
you?
no. Again, I drove past...
Did you?
I drove... Right,
Really?
I drove past a nudist
Very
beach
slowly.
in Spain. I've talked about this before.
Wind the window
Thinking
down.
it'd be like, oh, this would be good. It's just a lot of elderly people.
Yes.
Fair play to them.
Well, I do think. Look, I have seen TV documentaries. I've seen things online, etc. of nudist beaches, nudist colonies. Even for Jonathan's show Treasure Quest, they sent me to Spielplatz in Northamptonshire, which is a nudist colony, and they're not all walking around like Zac Efron.
No,
and Tom Holland.
I know.
It's never them.
I'd be worried more for safety, getting anything trapped or caught, especially those plastic chairs on holiday. They've all got cracks in them. You know, you sat down. Bollocks in them.
Yeah, operating a rat master with that serrated edge.
Oh, no.
No.
I'd be more for safety concerns. Why I wouldn't like to be nude.
Get your chopper out.
I beg your pardon.
Well, because if you're operating like an axe.
Right, and on that note, thanks for your questions and dilemmas. Remember, you can listen and watch every Tuesday and Friday. And on the next episode, we've got your Sexted Sports Day suggestions.
Yes, this was inspired by my family sports day that I used to run. I'll tell you more about that on Friday.